Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is Tuesday the 19th of December 2023 and this is like my, I have no idea what number video is for today, but today it's now, or rather now, it's JoyToy time. I've got the year-end army builders and there are 8 of them in this new window packaging which is resealable like the Boss Fight Studios packaging. You can undo the tape and just slide up. There's the first 4, and here is the second 4. Now these, it should be pointed out, are just mix and match kit bashed figures that have been previously released from, some of these at least 3 years old, maybe 4 years old, the parts being used. So you get to, get old figures re-released, but in different formats with different parts. And if this is basically a customizer's dream, you get so many, I've got hiccups now, so many decent parts that you can do things with and on these decent figures. So let's get a look at these boxes. So number 1, this is one of the Interstellar ones previously. You can tell by the body, the blue body there, the armor. Pretty cool, get the nice gun there. Nothing really on the back. This one's also an Interstellar one. And it's identical as the blue one. You can see in terms of the armor, just different coloring, then the different part and the actual chest, but then the helmet. But the rest is pretty much the same. Obviously, got a different gun there as well. This one, I want to say it's like one of the police ones, but I'm not quite sure if it is. It does have that ring about it. Quite like that helmet on this one. Pretty cool. This one, definitely not what this one is. We had the Frogman released recently. I picked up a few of them, and now we've got a Frogman again, slightly different, less stuff on him, but does look pretty damn cool. Then we have mix and match again. Got new little bases, small bases. Military mercenary, another military mercenary one here, another military and mercenary style one there for Boba Fett style helmet. Then lastly, this is more of a sci-fi mashup one again. Almost like an American football player. But does look pretty cool. Right, I'm going to unbox these and set them up. I'll be back in an instant. Stay tuned. And here all 8 of them are. And they do look pretty cool. Some look a bit strange. Like this guy, just like he's wearing an American football outfit. And he's going to survive the zombie apocalypse wearing that and some sort of sci-fi helmet and a gun. But otherwise, they look pretty cool, generally speaking. But before we get into accessories and close look, check this out. There's going to be a chance to win some prizes on our Patreon. 3 prizes, and they'll be going all to one winner. This is the Asura Wave 2 line. Is that right? There we go. So all 3 of Wave 2, all the 3 of these prizes will be up for grabs on our Patreon in a prize draw happening in January. So please do check out the Patreon link in the top right of your screen now. Maybe you'll be the lucky winner and be very happy when you receive these. Okay, so here are our lovely figures. I've got them out with accessories. We'll go through them. I'll do articulation on a couple, not all, because some are going to be the same. Let's go from left to right. Now, these are all numbered. Now, they're not in number order, but it goes from 8 to 15. So last year, you had 7 releases, if I remember rightly. And then 8 releases makes 15. So start with my Frogman. In fact, accessories first. So other than what he's got, he comes with the only one who comes with unhelmeted head or an alternate head. It's pretty cool. He comes with this to go around his leg, or very big arm, with the knife. Very cool again. And he comes with 2 alternate hands, gun, trigger hand for the left, and a not quite as pronounced trigger hand, it looks like, for the right. They all come with this new base, which you've not seen before. Small one with a foot peg there, much smaller than the other ones we saw previously. Okay, next, this guy, he just comes with a pair of alternate hands. Again, we have trigger for the left and a gripping for the right. Next, he comes with free hands, this next guy. In fact, this guy and this guy both come with the same free hands because they're the same figure in essence. So I didn't take the free hands out again. He gets a left open, he gets a left trigger and a right gripping. And their hands are quite a bit smaller than this guy's hands. These guys are basically the same figure, different helmets, slightly different colours. Okay, this guy comes with a pair of hands. Again, he's got a left open and a right fist. Next guy comes with a pair of hands again. Again, he's got the same open and fist. He is slightly different. Last two are the same. So they come with a right trigger and a left sort of a trigger. Last sort of protrusion. Oh, they're gloves, I see. And they both come the same sidearm, which I've got here. And other accessories will look as we go along. So Frogman, close look. So he's got the gun there, which is pretty cool. He looks quite nice, that has to be said. No drilled barrel. More simple than the previous Frogman we saw, which were fantastic. I thought I'd put a link in the top right for you. But he does look good. I like this. And yes, the flippers can come off, and there should be shoes inside. You see that the feet are actually into a pin in the flippers. You take that off, you then can slide the flipper off. But I quite like the flippers on. Very easy to stand, these big clown flipper feet. Next one, I call the American football player. He's got like a big jetpack on his back. Deformed though. He does look pretty cool. He sort of reminds you of like an 80s alien hunter, bounty hunter in a sci-fi movie. Sort of look, that he's sort of vibe look he's giving me. Not a bad gun as well. And he does actually have a boot turn, which most of them don't. Next two, we look at them together. It's the same body, different helmets. They got the same gun in the side. They both got a knife that you can take out in the vest here. Slightly different guns and different helmets. One more is more sort of Boba Fett. One's a bit more Death's Head. But both pretty cool either way. Stand up this guy again. Next one. I'm not sure if it is the same as the police ones we saw previously. I think it's different. It's got a pistol, which you can see there, and then he's also got a holster you can put on his side. He's got a shotgun. Looks a bit like a pilot with that helmet. But he also looks pretty cool. Not holding that gun very well, so I just knocked him. Looks good. Next guy, nice helmet again, sort of Star Wars, Mandalorian, Boba Fett sort of a feeling from there. Decent gun, pistol again, it's got a holster there. Looks nice. I like that. As I said earlier, this is really a customizer's dream. You pick these up quite cheap. You've got 8 great figures you can use for all sorts of things. Next one, I come Leaf Blower Man, because he's got a leaf blower for blowing the leaves around. Drilled barrel, well done, JoyToy. It's from the Interstellar line. Decent enough, pretty cool. Little thrusters on his legs you can paint up there. In fact, it looks like that he should have this vest. That's what it looks like. I'm trying to remember what the original Interstellar ones look like, but that's what he's sort of looking like. And another one again is Interstellar line. They've taken the body from different helmet, different gun, but pretty cool still. Okay, so articulation, I'll look on a few of them only. I don't want to make this like a 17-hour video. So we'll go for our Frogman. It's be different to the previous Frogman because there's less stuff on him. Make sure we get a nice focus. Sort of a left and right with this in place. The fact that it moves is good. Oh, it unplugs, that's good. Up and down, and he does get a small side to side. Let's plug that back in, don't want him to drown. Arms go all the way around, side with the armor about flat. Bicep bend, he's getting 90 degrees, which is cool. Then hands. How is he? Is he on a joint? I can't tell what his joint system he's got here. Yeah, he's on a joint. Find which way the joint is, and you can align the joint and you can move him. Trunk is hidden, so you have to go from his waist. Does get some, not really side to side, a bit, but he does get good motion. Hips, pretty damn good. There's a thigh twist, there's a double kneecap, gets very tight. Feet, he doesn't get a boot turn, he does get a swivel in, a swivel out. He gets a little bit of a tippy toe for his swimming, and a bit of a dorsiflexation for his swimming, but he'll stand up so easily because he's got flippers on. Literally, he's got flippers on. This guy is slightly different because we know he has got a, he should have a boot. There we go. He's got a joint that plugs in, so he does actually get a boot turn, intentional or otherwise. So that is slightly different to him. Again, he'll get similar on the shoulder, not quite. Bicep, with this here, he gets a lot less because it sort of gets in the way. So not quite 90 degrees. But his trunk and waist is better. Hips are about the same, but stiff on one side. And I should point out that he does have toe articulation. And the frogman probably has it underneath his flippers, but you can't see. There we go. You can't see it with the flippers on, obviously. Next two will have same articulation with the exception of maybe the head got different helmets on. So you can look left and right, sort of up and down, not really side to side. Arms all around at a slight angle perhaps. Shoulder, you can get just about flat, or give near enough. About 90 degrees in the bicep. Hands again, you've got to line the joint up and then you can move it. Trunk is sort of hidden, but you get a small movement there. Can turn from the waist. Hips not far because of the equipment, but it's all right still. Forwards, popping out is a thigh there. Not far. Backwards though is better than expected. Thigh twist we saw, double kneecap, but he only gets 90 degrees. See, this is sort of when you expect a boot turn, but there's no boot turn. It's just a swivel in, swivel out. Make that a bit lighter. And then he's got a decent tippy toe, has to be said. It's got a dorsiflexation, but it's a bit small. And he's got the toe articulation as well. Next guy's exactly the same articulation, so I won't show him. Next one. Very cool. Left to right is nice. Up down's good. Side to side's good. Arms all the way around. Lateral raise, bit tight, beginning almost flat. Bicep bend is 90 degrees, so we are happy with that. Hand again on the joint. Got to find where the joint is. There we go. You can line it up. It doesn't really get a it does get a bit of a trunk movement and turn, but all the webbing equipment gets in the way. Not too bad in the legs. That holster's restricting the side. There is a thigh cut. It's a double kneecap. Gets over 90, which is nice. There is a boot turn as well on this one. Get it right. There's also a swivel. There's also a tippy toe. There's a small dorsiflexation, and he's got toe articulation as well. So better than expected, has to be said. I know you're thinking, what's your favourite or what's my favourite? And I'm like, I'm still undecided. I'm hoping I'll just make up my mind by the time I get to the end of this videos. Put these 5 parts back up. Okay. You can have a strange sort of stance there. One more to do because no, two more because the last two are the same. So this guy, left, right, up, down, small side to side, shoulders okay. He's got shoulder armor, so he's going to restrict his shoulder, but he still gets to the flat. His bicep do it upside down. He's getting 90. Again with the wrist, find where the joint is, and then you can turn it. Trunk forwards is okay, and backwards not really. Side to side a little bit. Turns okay. Waist is difficult because everything's sort of restricted. Hips, all right. In fact, his hips are a bit different to his ones. I'm about to say they're the same. Thigh cup, forwards is okay. Backwards is tiny on this. Double kneecap, very nice and tight, not too ugly on the knees. This one, is there a boot turn? Yes, you can get a boot turn on this, which is great. You get the swivel, you get a small tippy toe, small dorsiflexation, and he also has the toe articulation too. Then one more to show, the Interstellar guys. I'll put a link to the Interstellar guys in the top right for you. You want to see the original review. I think there's 2 reviews to cover these. 2 maybe? Here there's a left and right. These brown gloves look like hands. So I wish it was a slightly different colour. Shoulder with the armour sort of slides over, which is a nice surprise. It does get almost flat. Bicep is again around 90, which is a surprise again. Trunk and waist is almost nothing there. You can turn, but much else is difficult. Hips so chunky, but still better than expected. Forwards and backwards is small. There's a thigh twist. There's the same system on the hands. Find the joint, you can move it. Double kneecap. If you get it to bend right, you get very, very tight on that. Surprisingly so. There's no boot turn. There is a, should be a small swivel, tiny, small tippy toe, small dorsiflexation, no toe cut, but his feet are quite big. So you know, there's a mixed bag in terms of articulation, but you're getting lots of different sculpts. If you're getting all of them, I stand up now. If you're getting all of them, you're going to get a nice selection of figures and parts to use from for customs, or you could make a team from all of them. That look a bit strange. You get this awesome leaf blower. I mean, I really like this. Not really a leaf blower, but it does look pretty cool. Wish that part would sort of come out like a truncheon. This guy's hands are really stiff, so it was quite difficult to get him to hold this in the first place. Now I've done it once, it's slightly easier, but holding this one here, I'm going to have to bend his fingers with my hands, with my fingers, without snapping before it closes. Stick it on the gun. There we go. Yeah, so you get the more, you get a huge selection, a really good selection of parts and whatnot. And so I think it's great, great value. Which one's my favourite? Oh, it's difficult. Probably this guy in the light blue. But, you know, just different ones have different parts which I like more. But overall, he would be my favourite. In terms of size, they're all bordering around the 11 cm mark, or, you know, give or take 10.5, 11 cm mark. So they are standard size. I won't do a comparison because we know how they can compare with other figures, because we've seen most of these in different sort of shapes and forms before. But they are pretty cool. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Please consider joining the Patreon. I'll see you in the next video soon. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.